In this video, you will discover the number one mistake women make with men. Ta-da! All right, if you've been new to my channel, comment, like, and subscribe so you get notified for more juicy videos coming your way. So let's go ahead and dive right in. The number one mistake is you trying to hide her insecurities. Okay, let me actually walk through the process. First of all, you go on a date, and so you have an insecurity. Let's say you don't feel good enough, like whatever that means, not smart enough, not pretty enough, not social enough, not funny enough, whatever the case may be. So that's your insecurity. And then what you do on a date, you're trying to hide it. Now, how do you hide it? Well, remember, we put our best foot forward. What does that actually mean is that we overcompensate for the insecurity. So let's say your insecurity is not being funny enough, let's say, okay? So then how you show up on a date is being super funny and super entertaining and making sure the man has a really good time, and you're checking how much he loves, and you're checking for his approval. However, what happens in that moment as well is that you leave yourself. You lose yourself. You're actually not authentically connected to the man. And believe it or not, the man can actually sense that. So here's how it's going to go. Like, he's going to be like, oh, wow, I'm having such a good time. We're laughing, we're bantering. But then he's going to go home. He's like, oh, okay, she's cool. Let me call Lucy, or, let's see what's going on, right? He's kind of hesitant. And the reason why is because he hasn't developed trust towards you. So if you, first of all, want to look more about like what that would look like for you, take my free quiz to attract the right man for you, and we'll actually see what happens for you. How are you showing up in dating? So you hop on over to magnetizeyourman.com. Okay, so back to the date. So what's happening is that he hasn't developed trust. And so what has he not developed trust is because you have not been really connected to yourself. He wasn't able to feel your emotions. He just felt your quote unquote facade. Now for you, it may actually even feel authentic. I get it, girlfriend. But the reality is that it's not authentic. It's actually a coping mechanism. It's not authentic. It's not transparent. And one thing that I always say, you are handing a man an emotional resume from the get-go. That's also why sometimes so many women come to me and say, you know what, Antia, I don't have a problem getting to the second date. I don't have a problem getting to the third date. But after 5-6 dates, out of the sudden, it just fizzles out. Like, he just becomes less interested, or we become physical and then becomes less interested, or he starts to communicate less, and so on. Now, this doesn't happen what happened in the 5th date. It happened what happened in the first date. In the first date, you didn't establish enough rapport. You didn't establish enough trust so that he actually feels safe later on in the 3rd and 4th and 5th date, or scenario, whatever the case may be, to actually be honest with you and actually say, hey, I actually never feel you being sad, or I never feel you authentically. I feel like you're protecting yourself. I feel like you're sort of hiding, right? So men will use different words because they will not be able necessarily to pinpoint it exactly and targetedly communicating it. But they will make little mentions like that. What you want to do instead, so here's what this looks like, because of course you're not just learning the mistake, but also like what you could do about it. Okay, so instead you want to advocate for your insecurity. So look, when I met my husband, Brody, of now almost 7 years, I told him from the get-go, hey, by the way, I want to let you know, so on the attachment style scale, I'm scoring more anxious. And so what that looks like for me is I can act sometimes a little funny. I may become attached, and then I want to resource myself. So I may pull back and you may not expect it, and I may feel disorienting for you, or I may feel disconnected for you, but it's actually not about that at all. So I gave him what is called a context. So you see, I'm not hiding my insecurity. I'm actually almost not necessarily leading with my insecurity, but I'm communicating my insecurity. Now, what that did to Brody, because of course I interviewed him afterwards, not immediately afterwards, it was, he literally said like, wow, this created so much trust inside of my system because I knew what was happening. And I also knew you're not making me responsible. See, that's the thing too, girlfriend, right? Like the men oftentimes say, wow, I now have to solve the problem. Now I have to carry that weight. And then, of course, if you have the fear to be a burden, that then re-traumatizes you instead of setting the man up for success, that for one, you don't feel like a burden, right? And for two, you get actually a favorable response from the man. And not only that, but he's going to be honest with you as well when maybe a part of him comes up or maybe the avoidant part inside of him comes up. You know, one of my clients, Doris, she met this amazing guy. She's, by the way, her story is on the YouTube channel. So you can go into the reel of testimonials. And it was really interesting because she met a man who was more DA, a dismissive avoidant. But because she had set that emotional, authentic atmosphere, he was able then also to communicate authentically. And he said, you know, normally I wouldn't respond anymore. I would just check out, but I don't want to do that anymore. Because she invited him into authenticity and they are happily dating, happy as a clam. All right, ladies, this is it for today. I hope this video was helpful for you. Again, if you haven't taken the free quiz, go ahead and do so. And also I invite you to take my free dating support Facebook group, mymfbgroup.com. This is it for today. Much love, and I will talk to you very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.